Exams are just around the corner for these students, but earning a degree is only part of what they're looking forward to. That's because education at Lviv Theological Seminary in Ukraine is also about what happens outside the classroom. Oksana, a third-year student, visits state-run orphanages with her colleagues every Saturday.
After my first visit, I wanted to keep coming back.
They bring food, gifts, read Bible stories, perform plays, and lead games. But most importantly, they show the orphans that someone cares.
They often ask me if I can take them home and be their mom. They don't want to listen to stories or even play. They just want to be hugged.
A warm hug and wide smile makes all the difference to these children, many of whom were abandoned by parents unable to care for them.
Ukraine became independent, over 20 years ago. But with independence is all of these challenges of economic growth. So the children that are assigned to orphanages are not just real orphans, the way we would understand it. They come from homes that are so poor, they can't take care of their own kids.
And while some of the orphanages are well run, many have deplorable conditions.
It's hard for me to visit the orphanages many times and see how bad the conditions are for those children. I can't imagine how they survive. And there are some teachers who really don't care about the children. They let them stay dirty for days and run around completely unsupervised.
These harsh realities create deep emotional wounds inside these orphans, something the students have found can only be overcome with constant love.
When we say about problems, children do not open from first time. It needs many times of visitings to be closer and closer, many time of talking. When they start to talk with you, it takes a long time. Sometimes it takes some years even. And children, this kind of children, usually they are very close. They have inside not good thoughts about the society, life, about people around. And it takes time to change them. They will change when they see practical way, that it is kind of people who are different.
When we first began working with them, we asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" One girl said, "I don't want to be anything." But now there's a change. They are more confident and begin to dream about their future.
But it's not only the orphans who are changed. The seminary students gain a deeper understanding of God's love and see a clearer vision of their life's calling.
I understand now that my money isn't mine. My apartment isn't mine. My clothing doesn't belong to me. These are all God's gifts for me to share with these children.
Our faith is practical. It's not only just theoretical faith, but it's faith that changes people's lives, changes situation, changes destinies of somebody. So we wanted students to see that God is really in action, God is doing something, God is changing people. It's very important to them before they go to the ministry field to have personal feeling the touch of God to lives of other people.
We've interviewed orphans who have had their lives completely transformed just by love, because they've never had it and somebody loves them, and it's amazing love. No matter how they behave, it's consistent, and it's a love that comes from God, because no person is really able to love somebody who is constantly pushing them away. And so I think what I'm leaving the Ukraine with is an understanding of the transformative power of God's love in our lives.
For the past 6 years, Crossroads Relief and Development has partnered with the seminary, supporting this much-needed ministry. The transformation of these kids has been amazing as they begin to hope and dream again, no longer abandoned or forgotten.
It's a great ministry because it's consistent. It's all the time. It's not, if we did it, we come over and do it once and then we're gone. Here it's ministry every month to every orphanage. And so that changes the way the children see these young people. They see them as family. They start to see them as their friend, and they're just loving on them every month.
Please join us in giving hope to these beautiful orphans in Ukraine. Visit crossroads.ca and give life.